Recently, I did a poll asking you guys, are mountain biking too overpriced? And the overwhelming majority said yes. So I did some research to see if I can find out why bikes are so expensive. And today, I'm going to tell you guys what I found. Now, as you guys know, bikes can range from $500 to $15,000. So depending on what kind of components you got on the bike will determine what that price is. But in this video, I just want to talk about the expensive parts on the bike, what makes the bike cost what it costs, and give you guys a general understanding of why bikes cost the way they do. Now, the first and the most expensive part on the bike is the bike frame, and that's the foundation of the whole bike. So without the frame, there's no bike. Now, the materials that are used to make the bikes are pretty cheap, but the design, the engineering, and the hand craftsmanship on some of these frames are what makes the frame expensive. Mountain bike frames are usually made up of 4 materials, which is aluminum, steel, titanium, or carbon fiber. And most people want a pretty sturdy frame, and they want it to be pretty light. So most people usually go with aluminum and carbon fiber frames because those are usually the two that meet the requirements of those two things. While most people will choose aluminum because it's the cheaper option, it doesn't absorb the shock as much as the carbon frame, and it doesn't handle the rough weather over long periods of time like the carbon frame would. Now, carbon fiber frames, on the other hand, they really absorb the shock on the trail and everything a lot better than aluminum. They also are a lot lighter, but on the flip side, the carbon fiber frames are easier to crack or break than aluminum, and they are expensive to replace. So you do have to do your research and find out which frame is best for you. Carbon fiber is definitely a lot more expensive though, so you will pay for that higher quality. And if you have a lot of climbing in your area, or you just need a lighter bike in general, then carbon fiber is definitely a lot better way to go than aluminum. But like I said, the prices on aluminum frames are much cheaper. Now let's go to the average cost of the different types of materials when it comes to the frames. The average aluminum frame cost is about $750. Carbon fiber frames are around $3,000. Steel is about $900, and titanium is about $1,400. Now let's talk about one of the components on the bikes, which are the brakes. Now, a lot of bikes have different types of brakes. I mean, if you go to Walmart or some department store, they'll have mechanical disc brakes, which are not good at all for mountain biking conditions. So I'm talking about just the average brake, the average hydraulic brake. Brakes are one of the most important elements on the bike, if not the most important, because you definitely need to be able to stop, and be able to stop in a decent amount of time. And this is one of the reasons why mountain bikes are so expensive. I know a lot of brakes are made differently, especially if you go to somewhere like Walmart or the department store. It does say it's not made for off-road use, and I guarantee you one of those reasons why is because the brakes are not good enough to stop in some kind of mountainous terrain or any kind of real mountain biking. So I definitely wouldn't recommend somebody mountain biking, seriously mountain biking, on a bike with any kind of mechanical disc brakes. Always shoot for hydraulic disc brakes. Hydraulic disc brakes allow better control, require little maintenance, and they are good in all kinds of different weather conditions. Now we jump to the innovation of the tires and wheels. A lot of bikes now come with tubeless ready tires, which eliminate the hassle of trying to fix a flat tire in most cases. And as you guys know, the one thing that can kill a ride real fast is a flat tire. So having the tubeless ready tires and able to seal itself back is an amazing thing to come in the mountain biking world. Also, with the tubeless tires now, you can run lower tire pressure, which gives you better control and grip on the trails. Now, with all that being said, these upgrades, these innovations, as expected, are significantly higher cost than normal tires, normal rims. You get that better quality with the tubeless ready rims and tires, so you will pay a little bit more. Now we move to one of the other most expensive parts on a mountain bike, which is the adjustable suspension fork. Now, these suspension forks nowadays have so much crazy technology and everything in them. You can spend anywhere from $300 to $2,000 on a fork. The suspension fork is another reason why the price really goes up on a mountain bike, because this increases control and quality of the ride, especially with stability, and it gives you a lower weight, which makes the bike lighter and easier to ride and climb up hills. The suspension fork can really make or break a bike. It can really change the whole feel and quality of the ride on any kind of mountain bike, really. And with it being able to be adjusted, even long rides are pretty pleasurable because the fork and everything is so dialed in and so high quality that it just makes the ride smoother and a higher quality. Now we talk about labor costs, because a lot of these high quality mountain bikes are being put together by real people that need to be paid, and these people cut into the prices of the mountain bikes, which makes the prices go up. It's estimated around 1,500 people are hired to manufacture 15,000 frames per year for high-end brands of mountain bikes. Materials such as carbon and aluminum need to be treated, mixing many components and eventually molding them into frames. This requires highly trained operators to do these kinds of jobs, and their salaries make up a large chunk of the eventual cost of the production. Not to mention other areas which involve prototyping, data testing, and validation, and testing the bike itself, which all need to be done by people who need to be paid to do those jobs. Some other things you need to consider are the brand names. A lot of these bikes, you are paying for the brand names. The willingness for people to pay is also a thing. So if people are willing to pay these high prices, why lower the prices if somebody's going to eventually pay for them? So that's the sad reality of it, but it is what it is. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think these are all valid reasons for bike prices to be where they are, depending on where you are in the world? And what are normal bike prices for you guys? Because as you know, I jumped into the mountain biking world in 2020. So whatever the prices were, that's what I was used to. I didn't start way back in the early 2000s, 90s or anything. So I would love to hear your guys' opinion. I see a lot of people saying, I wish they were normal prices. So let me know, what are normal prices to you guys? And what do you guys think about why bikes are priced the way they are? I would love to hear from you guys, so drop those down in the comments. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.